Hi everyone, so today we're going to be focusing on the skill, I can determine the properties of triangles and polygons. So before we start that, we need to know a few definitions in order to be able to talk about the properties. So when we're thinking about properties, we're really thinking about how can we describe the different attributes that triangles and polygons have. What makes it a specific triangle and what makes it a specific polygon. So we can talk about sides. So sides are the straight lines that create the edge of a shape. Okay. So for example, if I was showing you this shape, you would say it has 4 sides. All right, so the next thing that we can talk about are angles. So angles are the amount of space in between an area where 2 sides meet. So we can have acute, which means that the angle is less than 90 degrees. So an example of an acute angle would be this. So the space in between those 2 sides would be less than 90 degrees. So this one might be 45 degrees, about. The second type of angle we could have is obtuse, which means it is greater than 90 degrees. So for that example, we might have 2 sides that come together like this. Maybe that one's 120 degrees. And then lastly, we can have a right angle, which means that is exactly 90 degrees. And that is always shown with a little square in the corner to show that it's a right angle. So that is exactly 90 degrees. Then you might also talk about the vertices. So the vertices of a shape are where the 2 sides meet. So this shape has 4 vertices because we have one point right there where the sides meet, another point where the sides meet, 3, 4. So it's right where the exact spot where the sides meet is called a vertex if there's one, and vertices if there's more than one. And then the last word that we really need to know is parallel. So that is where 2 sides or 2 lines that never intersect. So to draw an example of that, we've got tons of examples on this page. Those would be parallel lines. They're never going to cross. So that's what a parallel line is. A non-parallel line would be like these two. This is a non-example. So those would be intersecting lines. They cross. So today, what you're going to be asked to do is look at certain shapes and you're going to determine the attributes. How many sides do they have? What kind of angles do they have? How many vertices do they have? Do they have any pairs of parallel lines? So for example, if we look at this shape, Now, remembering this is to the best of my ability, if we look at the sides, how many sides does it have? I see 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. If we're looking at the angles, how many angles does it have? Well, it has 2 acute. So these 2 are acute angles, and those 2 are obtuse angles. If we're talking about the vertices, how many vertices does it have? I see 1, 2, 3, 4 spots where the sides meet. So it has 4 vertices. And does it have any pairs of parallel lines? So it looks like this line and this line are parallel. So that's one pair. And then this line and this line look like they were intended to be parallel. So this would have 2 pairs of parallel lines. So when they're asking you for different attributes, that's what we're really looking for. What kind of properties does this shape have? Well, we could describe it with all of these different properties. So today you're going to be working on pages 4, 5, and 6, and then a couple Nearpod activities that will go along with that.